Hi everyone, welcome back to ASX Market Watch and charting trend signals around the world. Thank you very much for joining me. Great to spend a couple of minutes on your weekend just to find out where the world indices are heading according to the price and according to the charts. Not rocket science in any way, but obviously if price is what you get, it's nice to know that what you're paying for is heading in the right direction. That's all I'm doing. Very simple stuff. Not hard at all. This is the All Ordinaries Down Under. What we're going to do as well is just look at the S&P 500 in America and also the Shanghai Composite. Just because, where does Australia take its lead from at the moment? It takes its lead from the US and it takes its lead from Shanghai as well. Actually, you know what? Europe would probably be in there somewhere, so we'll quickly check that out as well. Just really quickly, the S&P 500, great chart, and obviously, you know, there are so many people talking bearish at the moment, but in the stock market, it's a very different matter. And, you know, obviously, like, the reasons can be obvious for that. Obviously, it's not wise to have your money in cash at the moment because they've got interest rates near or at zero. So people have got to get yield somehow. People have got to get return somehow. So where does it go? It goes into markets like the stock market, of course. But really quickly, what do we see here? This is just the most beautiful chart in the whole entire world at the moment. This is a previous high right here. So very, very simple, not hard to see that at all. And what we see at that previous high is consolidation. Consolidation at previous highs is probably one of the most common things in trading and investing when you're looking at a price chart. The reason is there are people who will have bought right down here, and they'll be looking to sell at this proposed resistance coming up to this section here. And there are also momentum traders who start to get excited around about here and around about here when the price starts to make new highs, and they will be buying at these levels. So you've got traders who are selling at these levels, traders who are buying at these levels, and it just causes a bit of a crossroads. And what happens is we just want to look at which way the market actually breaks out. And at the moment, it looks as though the price has broken out to the upside. And I think that might be Thursday's chart. Yeah, okay, so Friday might be, I think Friday was just up slightly again, but not by much. So yeah, what we're looking at is a breakout to the upside after that consolidation at previous highs. Great stuff. I mean, and again, that's why I tend to look at the charts for a lot of these things. Not for everything, but, you know, for a lot of them, and it does help. What that might do, actually, a lot of people as well, just so that you know, are expecting the market to peak at or around the election. And the election, where are we here, is probably about here. So it's about sort of 2 months away still. And yeah, that's what we might be looking at. A little bit of a run up until around the election date, and then to sort of fall away from there. But obviously, just follow the market until then. That's all you can do. Any fool can make predictions, and any fool does. But it's a matter of following where the price goes. Very, very simple. So simple. I mean, anyone could do this. It's just ridiculously simple. This is the Shanghai. This is China. And what does this look like? Okay, this is actually another really beautiful chart. Simply because this beautiful long up day is usually a good sign, okay? However, when it's coming directly off a bottom, what does that look like to you? It starts with a dead and it ends in a bounce. A dead cat bounce, that is the one! Exactly what that means, for those of you who aren't familiar with that term, it means that, and it's, you know, very well put, please forgive me here, but it's a cat that falls, hits the ground, and bounces a little bit before falling again. So, in other words, it's not a sustainable trend. Like, I mean, that is a beautiful bar, but that's one bar does not make a trend. So what you'd be looking for from the Shanghai Composite point of view is a little bit of a higher peak and a higher trough. Once you get that, then that would be, you know, cause for a bit of celebration on the Shanghai. In the meantime, that's a lot of euphoria right there, but it's directly off the bottom. I'd be very hesitant to be buying directly off that. And as you can see, we've still got a bit of overhanging resistance, which is proven correct previously around about here. Yeah, that resistance carries on from all the way from here. So, I mean, it's quite a long downtrend that we've got here on the Shanghai Composite at the moment. Not rocket science in any way, shape, or form. Resistance at 2200. Very simple. Okay, really quickly, what's next? Well, we said we'd look at... Okay, All Ordinaries. All Ordinaries, this is our, the home market for myself. It's the market that I personally trade. This market, despite, we've had like a tiny little mini run. It's not been large by any means. However, the individual sectors have just been absolutely beautiful, and that's where I've been making my money personally. I won't go into that in any more detail. I've gone into it over the last couple of ASX market watches. But what have we got here? This, again, this is another really beautiful chart. If you know what you're looking at, this is, it just becomes this beautiful thing when you sort of understand what the price is doing for some reason. And this is our huge downtrend line. It's a 5-year downtrend line. And where is the price consolidating? Right on the downtrend line. Isn't that just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your entire life? Okay, well, maybe not, but to me, I tend to get excited about these things. Just just work with me here. It's okay. But seriously, and again, what happens at consolidation? We sort of tend to wait for a breakout. What I'm doing at the moment is trading individual sectors and the stocks within those sectors. So there are sectors that are going a lot better than the All Ordinaries. And your things like telecommunications, things like healthcare has been absolutely beautiful, and some of your consumer discretionary and consumer staples as well have been really good. And yeah, but anyway, technically, after a consolidation, the highest probability move is ba-boom, out and up. In other words, a continuation of the previous move. And again, where might we see the end of this? Around the November, when the S&P 500 in America starts to peak and turn around as well. So it all starts to come together. The world is a beautiful place, and it's very connected. It's much more connected than we might believe or think. And look, we could leave it there. Really quickly, let's just have a quick look at the FTSE. I haven't seen this chart in a long time, actually. A lot of sideways movement. So, and a tiny little rally, very similar to what we're seeing on the All Ordinaries at the moment. We've got overhead resistance coming up at about the 6,000 mark, and it hasn't been able to really break through that for the last 2.5 years. So yeah, that's a very, that would be the concern. And again, where might we see that resistance come up? If November is around there, we might see the market head up there, find that resistance in November, and then shablam, possibly. And again, as I said, predictions, do not take my predictions for a reality, because no one knows the future. Let's be quite honest here. A lot of people might propose to know the future, but nobody really does. That's the real secret here, people. All you can do is follow what the price does, and it may be slightly reactionary, but at the end of the day, when a move starts, it often continues. It often continues for a certain time on its journey, and that in its own way is a certain prediction. You're using probability. That's probably a better word for it. You're using probability to determine which way the market is likely to continue based on, the probability of your testing and your back testing and that sort of thing. Again, markets, they're just such a beautiful thing, and they're making myself money at the moment, which is always very good. I love that. Let's leave it there, guys. What do you say? I mean, I hope that's helped in some small way. Honestly, again, when you sort of see these charts for what they really are, and the moves, the reasons behind the moves, and the moves themselves, when they start to evolve, it just becomes this beautiful financial thing that's sort of interconnected, and you can use to make yourself a little bit of money, which is always a good thing. Anyway, that's enough for me. Enough babbling on from Dave McLaughlin. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week. Have a great couple of weeks. If I don't see you until then, happy trending. Until then, see you next time. Bye for now.